Hi dear friends, so this is a late night video. I've been wanting to make this video for a while because I've been on YouTube for 4.5 months, and I've never really mentioned anything about myself besides the fact that I went to Russia on vacation. So I would like to make this video just to kind of introduce myself and to answer some questions that you guys have asked me within these last 4 months. So let's get started. So I'm Anna. uh, I'm turning 29 in a couple months. I'm a Taurus. If you want to know my chart, I'm Leo Moon, I'm Pisces Rising, and I have 3 planets in Gemini: Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury. And then I have Mars in Cancer. So I think that's about it. That's what's the most important, right? So for a long time, actually, I thought that my rising sign was Capricorn because I did not know the exact time of my birth. I thought I was born at like 2 a.m. Turned out it was 3:40 a.m. And here you go, Pisces. And what's interesting is that I've always felt like there's no way, I can have any kind of water in my chart. I'm a pretty emotionless person. People that know me in person, they can tell uh, how I act, in public and with my friends. I'm not really the nicest kind of person. I sometimes I do come off as somebody pretty rude. So not saying the Capricorns are rude or anything like that, but they are a little bit emotionless, and I always felt like it resonated with me. However, when I found out that my rising sign is Pisces, a lot of things made sense. Now, another question that I get a lot is how I started reading tarot. Well, first of all, when I was about 7 or 8 years old, or 8 or 9 years old, my grandma taught me how to read cards. Okay, I would like to mention that I do have a Christian Orthodox background. I've always been religious. I'm not really a church goer, but I do believe in God. I do not wear a cross, okay, but that's for really personal reasons, just because I don't really like jewelry. Honestly, I'm a tomboy, but I've never really had anything against God or going to church or anything like that. My family also is Christian Orthodox. However, they're kind of like me. They do believe in God, but it's within. It's within their hearts. They don't actively show it. So that's kind of how I always was. However, reading tarot cards, fortune telling, or anything like that, I also never had anything against it. I really laugh when I get these Christian comments, telling me that I need to find God and this is all work of devil and stuff like that. Guys, I am Christian Orthodox. Like, I do believe in Jesus, and I've believed in Jesus since pretty much I was born. And I will never switch my religion to anything else. However, I'm also really spiritual, and I know you can be religious and spiritual at the same time. I wouldn't say I'm very spiritual, okay? Because I do like to live in the real world. I know how this world is so fucked up that if you're always in that spiritual mindset, you can kind of get lost. You can get lost in the real world. However, one time I did get kind of lost, okay? And this is when I found spirituality. And this is when my life changed. But anyway, I'm jumping from subject to subject, and it's, all over the place. So, when I was about, I guess, 8 or 9 years old, my grandma taught me how to read cards. Those were just regular playing cards, and even my mom knew how to read them. She had like a textbook where she would write down all the meanings, and stuff like that. And I thought it was really cool. And my grandma, she was such a skeptic, but she for some reason knew how to read cards. And we would always, like, I would always stay at her house, and we would do some creepy stuff at night. Like, we would, do the spirit, like the Ouija board and stuff like that, and we would do all kinds of fortune telling, we would use all kinds of tools of divination tools, and I was fascinated by that, but it's not like I never thought I would turn it into my job or even a hobby, to be honest. So time goes by, I grow up, I start reading for all my friends at parties and stuff like that, it's fun. And and then I kind of got over it. I went to college, and then I moved to the States. I literally forgot about it. I wasn't even interested. I was just living my life. And that's when, shit went down. Every year, life was getting worse. It was just getting so intense that sometimes I would wake up and didn't even know where I was. Like, it was so bad for me mentally. And I've had people that supported me at the time. However, I also had really negative people in my life, and I didn't know how to get rid of them, And the worst year for me was probably 2017. This is when I dealt with something really dark, something dark that is actually in this real world, and I'm not talking about anything that's mystical, you know what I mean? This was people in my life that turned it hell, in a matter of months. And I'm not gonna go into detail what exactly it was, what happened, how long it lasted. But one day I woke up and I realized I needed to do something about it. And since external things weren't really helping, I turned to spirituality. Because unfortunately, a lot of people are like, oh my God, you guys, us readers, you're so great, you're so talented. Most of the time, this talent comes from very traumatic events in your life. Some people are born with it, lucky them, they don't have to experience anything traumatic. But others, most of us, we do go through some kind of intense events in our life that eventually open up those abilities. And, I would like to say that I'm not a psychic. I never claimed that I was a psychic. If you are watching my channel and it doesn't resonate with you, I apologize, but I cannot get into your soul. I cannot read minds. I don't have those abilities. I'm just a tarot reader. But anyway, again, I'm jumping from subject to subject, but I just want you guys to relax and drink wine with me, maybe. This is just a chill night. Anyway, so when I discovered spirituality, law of attraction and stuff like that, I was like, that's interesting. I never even knew that something like this even existed. Those 111, 11, 11, what the hell is that? So I started learning about it more, and I got a reading from this Russian tarot reader, which is really, really talented. And she told me a lot of things, and I thought it was amazing, but my Christian mentality, even though I was reading playing cards when I was freaking 8, my Christian mind told me that, tarot is something devilish. We all know that. We all know that fortune telling is considered a sin. But I do believe that it's a sin if you make it a sin, if you think it's a sin, that it becomes a sin. And all of us are sinners anyway. We've all done something that's not, right by the Bible. Anyway, so I got this reading from her, and I was really fascinated, And I looked at all these cards and I'm like, this is so cool. You know, I kind of know how to read cards. Why not try? So I started trying, and I started pretty much doing the same thing I used to do when I was younger, you know. I would read for friends, you know. I would even record them videos, like my friends in Russia, for example. I would like record them videos, then send them on like WhatsApp or something, you know. They would watch and tell me that they resonated and stuff like that. It was an amazing feeling, you know. And then I discovered this YouTube tarot. I was shocked that that thing even existed. And you know, guys, we don't really get that many views. Tarot channels don't really get that many views. Well, the exception of, you know, a couple people. But we don't, because people just don't know that such thing exists. Um, you know what I mean? Like, I just discovered it like in like summertime, you know. So yeah, when did I start reading tarot? So I've been reading, you know, I know how to read playing cards. I've been reading kind of playing cards since I was a child. Now as for tarot, it started late spring, okay, of 2017, because this is when shit went down. You know, this is when I just didn't know what to do anymore. And no, it has nothing to do with boyfriends and breakups or heartbreaks. It was way worse than that. Uh, this is why I'm very aggressive when it comes to creepy comments on my channel. Of course, not everybody does this, but you know, I do get some comments, some emails that are freaking me out because I've dealt with somebody like this, stalker, for a while in my real life, and I'm very protective of my privacy. So I discovered tarot, and I decided, you know what, let me try. Why not? You know, I don't really care if it doesn't go anywhere. At that point, you know, I lost pretty much everything in my life. I was afraid to leave the house, like it was that bad. Um, but things started picking up, you know, things started changing. And before I even got that channel, you know, before I even started a channel, something major happened in my life. And I don't know what it was. Sorry. I don't know what it was. You know, I think it was spirituality that gave me a complete jump start. So I believe that such thing exists. I believe that if you follow your religion, because you can be religious and spiritual at the same time, if you follow that, you know, and if you also believe that there is something else out there that's willing to help you, you know, trust me, it will help you. It will help you faster than you think. So this is why I became spiritual, because that thing worked. And you know, it didn't work because I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna try this and see what if it works, then I'll believe in it. No, it was not like that, honestly. It was me really believing in it, because when you are experiencing some kind of traumatic events in your life, you'll believe in whatever. Just make it work, you know, just make it better. You're gonna believe in anything. So this is what I believed in, and it worked. And the channel is just the aftermath of everything that has been happening in my life. And yes, I am a Taurus, so Tauruses astrologically have probably been experiencing something rough in their life for the past 7 to 8 years. Yeah, definitely, you know, and I say it in my readings sometimes that, you know, there was some kind of a shakeup with the sign of Taurus. Whatever this was, I don't know what it was, but, you know, I feel like right now we're going through some major transformation, and hopefully it's gonna keep it that way. You know, I really mentally, I don't know if I could handle another shakeup, you know. And what happened, you know, how things just suddenly picked up, how everything just started getting better. I realized that how grateful I am for everything that I have in my life. The most important thing, the most important thing with spirituality is to be grateful, even if you don't have anything. You know, you can. And I thought it was stupid at first, because I have a lot of air in my chart. I try to be more rational, okay? This is why I'm like Pisces. But anyway, I do love Pisces. Don't get me wrong. My mom was a Pisces. Um, so, now it makes sense why my rising sign is Pisces. Pisces do have some kind of abilities, and it definitely proved to me that I do. Even though I'm not a psychic, I'm not a healer, I'm not anybody out of that category. Okay, as you can see, I do not look like one. I don't know what they're supposed to look like, but I look just like a regular person. I went to college and stuff. Like, I don't know. I kind of had other goals in life. But the whole point is to write down what you're grateful for. When I had absolutely nothing to be grateful for, and trust me, it had nothing to do with like being broke or anything like that. It was way deeper than that. It was something totally, different. But you have to write down what you're grateful for. Are you grateful for dinner? Are you grateful for electricity in your house? Are you grateful for the roof above your head? All of those things, even if you have nothing to be grateful for, just know that other people, there are some people out there that are having it way more tough right now. So once you truly become grateful, not just to write it down on paper, just to have it, once you're truly grateful for everything you have, this is when it's gonna start working in your favor. And it definitely did for me. So I don't know where this channel is going to take me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm really, really obsessed with astrology now, and I've been learning it. And honestly, to be quite honest with you, I'm even more passionate about it than tarot. Tarot is amazing. It's really interesting. You don't really get how it works, but it works. You know what I mean? I do not talk to spirits or anything like that. If anything, I would feel really uncomfortable to talk to spirits, okay? So I just use my intuition. And I guess it developed, over the past few years. It developed and I just needed to kind of throw it out there, and I did it by using tarot and helping other people. And the most amazing thing is when people are grateful for you. People are grateful for your help, for your work. I've never been this appreciated. And yes, I do have amazing friends. I have an amazing family. I have an amazing partner. Yes, I'm not single, so please stop asking in the comments. I still, like, it's something else, getting so many beautiful comments from people that you don't even know. Somebody that tells you, I'm so thankful for you, I'm so grateful for your help. You've helped me. You can't compare that feeling to anything else in the world. So for those that have been reading tarot, for those that uncovered those abilities within you, maybe by some traumatic events in your life, maybe since the day you were born, you kind of knew you had it, or maybe for somebody that just does it for fun, you should definitely go for a channel or something. You don't have to like charge people for it. It's just that we do, because there has to be an exchange of energies. In real life, let's exclude the internet. If you go to a tarot reader's house, you can just bring them a candy bar or something. You know what I mean? This is going to be an exchange of energies. They give you a reading, you bring them something. So, I simply have to charge because it does take a lot of my time, a lot of my energy, and believe it or not, tarot readings do take energy. They do. You kind of, I don't know, you feel really weird, okay? I'm still getting used to that feeling. Obviously, I'm new to tarot, and I've never claimed that I was like super good at it or anything. I needed a platform where I could let it out, and I got a perfect opportunity. I'm so sorry that this is so scattered. I'm not the best talker, even though my Mercury is in Gemini. I'm not really the best talker. But anyway, I would love to incorporate astrology eventually in my readings. I think it would be interesting, for those that really appreciate my channel and are also interested in astrology. But for those that have been doing tarot, don't hesitate, do something about it, because I feel like with Saturn, and not just Saturn, and just events that are happening in the world, tarot is going to be big soon, and I'm not the only one that thinks that. It's going to be pretty big, and same with astrology. So, why not? Kind of like a normal job now, right? I don't know, but I appreciate you all, just as much as you appreciate me. I really did not expect this, I don't know, I just went with the flow. I kind of do with a lot of things. I switch up so easily. I get bored easily. My jobs, I don't know, places where I live, I switch up like this. And this is something I'm really passionate about. This is something unique. I've always wanted a unique job, but I didn't know, I didn't know what I can do. I'm supposed to be an interpreter, translator, But yeah, I want to thank everybody for supporting me, and this is just the beginning. It's going to be really interesting in the next few months. I'm really excited, and I'm also excited to incorporate astrology if I have time to study it, because I've been really busy. I'm just relaxing right now, but it's been tough, and I'm really really happy to have a supportive partner next to me, and supportive friends and supportive subscribers. My life is good now, and I'm not even bullshitting. Like, my life is really good now, and I'm really really grateful, really really grateful for you all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a little boring, but it just felt like I wanted to sit down and have a talk. Maybe I'll do like a live chat eventually. I don't know, we'll see. But I would like to, do a little bit of more of like personal videos, because I never really talk about myself. And I would like to, maybe. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day, night, whenever you're watching this. I love you. Bye bye.